Hi everybody, this is Marie and I have a wonderful My Bestie clear stamp set to share with you today. MYB 917, and there's an adorable sentiment with this that says Besties, Bestie Pals, and I just think that's so cute. You'll notice that Sherri has created this image without the grounding of the image to allow you to be creative in how you want to use a setting. You can just use any setting you want. A park bench. I created just a little stone or brick wall for her to sit on. You can put her on a chair, a sofa, anything. So I love that about this stamp that Sherri created. It allows you to select your setting. Now, our light source is coming from your upper left-hand corner. And so the areas on the very sides, and particularly your right-hand side, will be more in shadow. But her hair is going to be light, loose curls. So we're going to take a very light marker, like a very light gray tone, just to mask and lay down and map those areas that we want to have in shadow. That way we can change it if we decide to do something else with our highlights. You'll notice with this there are so many different ways to color hair, and so with all the different techniques out there, it's just fun to look at one more idea for how to do this. We're for sure going to be wanting to have shadows, cast shadows around any area that may be blocking the light source. So around that great big bow. And we also want to have some shadows on the outer edges, because we do want the hair to look like it's rounded in order to avoid that very flat technique. You know, you don't want to look at a picture and have it just flat. You'll want dimension. You want that hair to be fluffy and pretty. All of us want hair that we don't have. I know I always wanted curls, and that's something that is very hard for my hair to do, so I love to do this in images. Now, any area that I think is going to be underneath a particular curl, I will add some mapped area here for my shadow. And you can kind of see how it's beginning to take its shape, and how the part in the center is going to be the highlight. So now I'm going to take a little darker and actually map some of this in. I can always darken it again, and this is just my C4. Right on top of the 3, unless there's an area on yours that you decide doesn't quite work right for you. You are your artist, it's your picture, and so just kind of adapt it to your liking. But on the image for myself, I kind of like the way we have mapped in our shadows, so I will darken those with my C4. I think this face on this little bestie is just so super adorable. Just makes you want to give her a big hug. Okay, now we're getting those shadows in a little bit more. You can almost see how those curls are just popping up. So I'm going to use a 5 and darken areas that I think are going to be more in the cast area. Cast shadows darker, and the more contrast you can get between your light and dark, the more I think you'll be happy with it, because it will allow your image to pop. I remember Marianne Walker holding up 2 pictures and saying to us in one of our Copic classes, which card would your eye go to? Which would you pick up if you were going to just pick up a card? And chances are it will be the one with a lot of contrast. It's just how our eyes work. So contrast will really allow your image to pop. I kind of like to have the darker areas even more so in the cast area, but I do want always to have darkness on the outside as well, because again, you're going to want dimension. But I really concentrate heavily on the cast shadow area. Now we're going to just go a little bit darker. This is my C7, and if you're real comfortable with it, you can just jump right into your C7. But I wanted to show someone how they can do this in graduated steps. If it's new to them or they're feeling a little bit shy about putting cast shadows in or some of their other dark shadow areas, I wanted to show them how they could do it in a layered effect to where they can still have some control and some opportunity to change as they're coloring if they feel that it's not working for them. But if you're more experienced, more comfortable, by all means, just jump into your C7. It's a technique that people often use, though, whether you're working with colored pencils or markers, is to usually start lighter and then darken as you go. And the other thing, use kind of like the very tip of your marker and have it just barely touching your paper. Copics are so wonderful, and so are some of your other newer markers out there. Name brands, your Shinhan, whatever. They're just wonderful the way they glide on your paper. And so keep a light touch. Now I'm just going slightly on the line, just a little bit on my over that line that was the C7, and just slightly inward with my C5. Again, building dimension, but there's kind of a limited space, so you don't want to go too far because we're going to want to make sure we really reserve places for your highlights. And now we're going to go to the 3. Blending again on the inner aspect of that toward the side toward your highlights, and just a very light touch again, lightly over what your C5 was and just inward slightly. And you see how that curl is just popping up. Beautiful, big, loose curls. So now I want to invite you to let us know if there's a technique that you would like to see. We'll be glad to give it a whirl. And I have all the links for Sherri's shop down below in this video. So take a look, see all the cute images. If you like this, I hope you give it a big thumbs up. I hope that you share it, and I hope that you subscribe. Have a great day, and we hope to see you back really soon for another coloring tutorial.